Hiya Duck! Welcome to a Watch Me Work video. I am excited for this set because these are just gorgeous, Duck, and they sculpted. You love a sculpted video, don't you, Adam?
Yeah, I just think, it shows off some skills.
Oh God, yeah, it does. Do you know what? Somebody actually asked me the other day, what do you think about, the full cover gel press on nails? And I think I was on a live on TikTok when somebody asked me, and I was like, well, I understand the need for them, but there's obviously not a lot of skill involved in doing them. I will always favour a sculpted set of nails that have been handcrafted. And this is what we're doing today. We're using a bunch of glitter, and that always gets me a little bit excited. So we've got some Lucente glitter, we've got some A&A glitter, we've got all kinds of glitter going on here. So I've prepped the nail, removed the surface shine. And then once you've fitted, obviously, all your forms, you're going to use the primer. And then we're going to put a very, 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 very thin layer of glass slipper, which is our clear acrylic, to create the distal length. So that free edge length is going to be created very thinly with clear. And then we are going to use Striptease to extend the nail bed. So we're going to do some full glitter and some smile lines, which I just love doing that. And you might have noticed in lots of my videos, I kind of like doing this kind of look. So I'm extending the nail bed, and what I'm doing it also is monitoring how far up that sculpting form I am extending. So what I like to do is start my extension from where the natural nail finishes. So because the natural nail finishes right at those top ears, they are going to be the high points. So those ears or those sort of sharp points of your smile. And then I come down straight and give it a nice curve top. So it's nice and curved at the top, so you get a nice even smile line. Then I'm going to use same product to put the next bead on. Make sure I've got a nice thin application at the cuticle area, and also my apex is laid in. I make sure that that bead does not interfere with my smile line, because then that's going to give me another job. So to get your smile line even sharper, we are going to go round and give that a nice file. So imagine we hadn't put the clear acrylic onto the sculpting form. What would happen is when we do this part, so this step, it's really important to get everything nice and crisp. But if we didn't do this step, then the sculpting form would drop because you've got pressure from the file, haven't you? So again, that's another reason why that thin layer of clear is super important to put down. Not only does it give you the shape, it's going to give you stability so you can come in with a file. You can even come in with the metal file as well. Because if you want to get super tight to the skin and, with a hand file, it could cause a little bit of a cut. We don't want to do that. So the metal file can be used for that because it doesn't cut. It's amazing. Metal knives, they cut,
Mm.
not metal files. So I'm going to pick up some void. So I'm using gel polish. So this is our black gel polish. Now, this step will make the difference between a nail looking super sharp at that smile line and a nail not looking so sharp. By putting the black gel polish at that smile line, it's going to intensify how crisp that nail is. It's a 3D French technique and it works every time. So we're creating a shadow at that point with void, void being our black gel polish. And it's so black that you don't need to put it on thick. You can put that on quite thinly. You don't need to worry about, because I know there are some brands out there that have got a black gel polish, and if you put that on thick, it's going to wrinkle. You just don't get that with ours because you don't even need to put it on thick. You can put it on nice and thin. I'm going to take the foam off this one. So I've done a full glitter on this now, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how to apply the glitter because obviously the glitter is currently just in my little trays because I've done like some little mixies. But what we're going to do now is we're going to pick that up with some clear acrylic and pop that on. So as we use it like this, how our clear acrylic is going to be basically our adhesive. And as we pat, press and pull it, it's going to sit into the acrylic. So don't be afraid to use raw glitter. We can pick up a bead of clear acrylic and then press that into the glitter. So you can even pick tiny particles of gold foil and pop that on top of the wet acrylic. So the
See.
clear acrylic that we picked up will mix with the glitter as we apply it. So don't be afraid to use all those glitters that you have in your drawer, because don't tell me you're a nail tech that hasn't got loads of raw glitter in your drawer that you're not using. Because it's something I was talking about this yesterday actually. Somebody was asking if we'd ever sell raw glitters, and I was like, well, it is something that we will do eventually, but it's not something that gets replenished a lot. And they are the things that we have to concentrate on when we're developing a brand. Things like raw glitters will come, but they aren't our priority at the minute because most nail techs have a drawer full of glitter. And we're going to cap this with clear so we know we have strength and you're not going to hit the glitter as you file. I always feel like capping the glitter with the clear intensifies the glitter. It kind of like magnifies it. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It like creates this illusion and it magnifies it. And you can even see that on the ring finger without the top gloss on. It kind of magnifies what's underneath it. So we're going to do exactly the same on this one. So if you were doing a full cover nail, so you are covering the entire nail from cuticle to tip with the glitter, you would do it in exactly the same way. So you would put a thin layer of clear acrylic on the natural nail, and then you would pick up your clear bead and then press the clear bead lightly into your glitter and then pop that onto the nail and move it around to cover the nail in a thin application. Then you can add your gold foil or any shell and things like that into the nail and then cap it in clear. So it's the same process. You're just actually covering the nail from cuticle to tip. Still keep that cuticle area nice and thin though when you're applying. We need a thin application. The brush that I'm using is the Oscar the Wild brush. It's a beautiful brush. And if you just want a acrylic brush that hasn't got a 3D brush on the end, then that's the right brush for you. The other brush that I tend to use a lot is the double-ended Alicia brush, but that does have a 3D brush on the other end. So you'll notice that I'm doing the thumb separately. So this one is going to be a full cover glitter. So for those of you that want to know how to do that, stick around because I'm showing you right now. So we've applied the primer and then we're doing a thin layer of clear acrylic. This is going to give structure and we're going to do like a sandwich technique where we do thin, clear acrylic on the base. Then we can pick up the glitter with a clear bead. So we swirl that around, move it exactly where you want it, nice and thin. So the reason that I'm kind of moving it around and distributing it isn't just for design, it's so it's applied really thin. I feel like, especially with people that are new to doing nails, when they want to encapsulate glitter, they tend to put the layers too thickly. So your thin base layer of clear will be too thick, and then they pile on the glitter just because they love it so much and they get really excited. And that's fine, but we've got to distribute that nice and thinly because we are then going to put another layer of clear over the top. And imagine if you didn't do those layers nice and thin. Wow, you would have a monster of a nail. We would be doing polish mounting again, but with acrylic. And nobody wants that. So, and you'll notice that I started sort of in the middle to the end first, and then I'm going to do the cuticle area. I'm concentrating, picking up tiny particles of the glitter using very sparingly to go around that cuticle area. And when you're doing a full cover glitter nail, that's really important because you can't put it thick there because if you put glitter thick at the cuticle and then you try to file it nice and thin, you are going to hit the glitter. And also you will possibly have lifting. So no thickness at the cuticle area. And then I'm pressing a little bit of shell into the design as well. And because the product's already got acrylic on it, it's already a little bit tacky. That will stick into there. And so will the gold leaf. This is like a treasure chest of luxury gorgeousness. It's imagine you get a pirate's chest and you open it, just full of jewels and gold. That's what these colours are
Does
giving.
feel like the thing in the Goonies, when they actually find One-Eyed Willie. That
Yes,
really does feel like that, yeah.
yes, it is. It's giving the Goonies treasure chest. God, I love that film. I love that film. For
Me
some reason, though, it makes me think of Christmas. And I know it's not a Christmas film,
Yeah,
but clearly when I was young, it was always on at
to watch
Christmas.
it. Yeah, it was.
So if you've never watched The Goonies and you're a lot younger than me and Adam, you need to go and watch The Goonies because it's absolutely brilliant.
They're doing a sequel, aren't they? So,
Yeah, but I swear that's been going on for years. Are they actually going to do it, Adam?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
When's it
happening.
going to come out? Because we need
I
it.
don't know,
And
probably a couple of years' time.
is it going to be as good?
Probably not.
And I've seen they do another Stranger Things, and is it
Yeah,
like
it's another
five?
season. We're still waiting on the next season, aren't they?
Yeah, is it season five?
I'm not sure. I gave up
Because
on that one.
it's I we kind of need it right now.
Mm.
Like, why does it take so long to film these things, Adam? Come on, give us some insight. Why does it take so long to film a
To make a movie,
yeah,
money,
yeah.
that's it.
So it's all
It's,
down to money.
it's all down to money because the more money you've got, the faster it happens.
Really?
Yeah, but trying to convince people to give you the money is the hard part.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Yeah.
Look how gorgeous they look. I absolutely love these. So these are not filed, yeah? I live for these kind of nails because they're just so sparkling and they have a smile on and they're sculpted. I mean, you can't get much better, can you really? I love them. I absolutely love them. So I'm going to file around the cuticle area, make sure it's nice and thin, and I wrap my file around it up the side walls with my metal file, which is a dream. If you struggle with your side walls, then that file is for you. We're going to give them a buff. And then, of course, we're going to add bling. Yes, we're going to add bling
Of
because
course.
clearly they're not sparkly enough. But I'm going to put the bling on to these middle fingers because, they'll stand out a little bit more. And we're kind of creating a bit of a crown cuff for these bejeweled, gorgeous nails, using different colours. And I think the coloured stones really do show off, like they actually complement the colours in the nails. So I love that. And we're going to use micro beads as well. So it kind of does look like it's a piece of jewelry.
Hmm.
I love the use of microbeads because it really does. It makes it look like it's the clasp. Is it called a clasp that's holding the stone in? What do you call? Would you call it? The fitting? The fitting, maybe? I don't know what they called. We need to
Don't know.
ask Mark Lloyd.
Mark Lloyd, he'll know.
Yeah, so that holds it in, and I just think it looks just like it's kind of like a ring, I suppose, or a piece of jewelry. And if you get your microbeads and you put a little bit of top coat onto your palette and kind of put them in there, you'll find you can pick them up as a big chunk if you want to do like a little, like we just put those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 all in a row. You can
Mm.
pick up that chunk and you can kind of move them around. They're not going to fall off. They're not going to roll anywhere. They'll adhere. Or if you don't want to use top coat, you could use a thin viscosity gem gel. That would work too. But it's going to hold them on and keep everything in place. Top coat. This is the best way. Ugh, it's going to make them come alive. It literally just makes them come alive because we can now see all of those gorgeous colours of glitter coming through. Also, we can see how sharp and crisp that smile line is. When you're putting the top coat on the nails with the crystals on, make sure you get the very tip of your brush and kiss those crystals. Don't go over the top. You just want to kiss them. So they have a very small amount of top coat right at the edges, and that's going to help them stay on for longer as well. I actually love this thumb. I love it.
Cool.
I think the arrangement of the colours, oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And when you twist and turn it and it just reflects all the different particles, it's like, oh my God. Oh, and this one, if you look at the shell, the piece of shell that I put in, oh my God, when you put the top coat on, it just comes to life. I do think, how did they get shells that color? Oh my God, we can't go down that one again.
No,
We went,
definitely. Let's not talk about shells.
we went down the shell rabbit hole in another video. We can't do that again.
That's just gone live on YouTube as well, actually.
So a bit of cuticle oil to finish off and hydrate. And there we have some gorgeous, rich toned, they look expensive. That's what they're giving. They're giving expensive. I love them. Now, this is a little thing that I do after I've done the whole work. Because once I put the top coat on, this is like me and a little bit of using a bit of a comfort blanket. I make sure that there is no top coat that has fell into the sides because sometimes if it moves and you've gone really close, it could just create a tiny little lip. So I just go up with the metal file and it gets rid of it. And I love it. Look at them. How gorgeous. I need a set. They're good for this season, aren't they, as well?
Mm.
They're like
They're definitely
Christmas.
festive.
Very festive. I love them. So there you are, guys. Give this a go. Well, let us know how you get on. Don't forget, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that shebang. Everything I've used today will be listed below in the description. Don't forget that. And I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ra, duck.